This is the Louie T Network. Hey, either you're outside or you're
in the lab room.
What's going on? It's your boy Louie T here with a quick video response. I don't do this very often. I'm in the off season. Okay, I'm in training camp just like the NFL players are. You see the face, you see the hair. Haven't had a haircut in about 3 weeks. I wasn't planning on camming up for at least another 2 weeks or so, but look, sometimes you just get, a spirit of moment type thing. I wake up to a comment from a Cincinnati Bengals fan, and he wants to talk Andy Dalton. Okay, look, I don't have a problem talking Andy Dalton. That's one of my favorite quarterbacks to talk about. You all know, if you've been watching me for a while, this goes way back to the days of when I actually used to defend Andy Dalton. Right before that 2013 playoff performance against San Diego, I was on the Andy Dalton train, and I was on it hard. After he let me down against San Diego with that poor performance, 2 interceptions, they lose in a game that they finally get home field advantage. They finally get a chance to win a playoff game, and he goes and throws up all over himself. And no, it wasn't just him, and I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, I digress. He wanted to talk about Andy Dalton. I would have just took my little obligatory 5 to 7 minutes, answered him back, went on about my way. I got my work shirt on. I'm supposed to be at work right now. Okay, I was about to leave the house. I saw this comment and I just had to cam up because he added in another quarterback that I love to talk about. You know how I feel about Joe Flacco. Don't you talk about Joe Cool. Keep his name out your mouth. You know how it was like he was talking about my mama. He brought up Joe Flacco. Oh my God, he just brought up Joe Flacco. I got to comment on this. So I'm gonna jump into this comment. I'm gonna respond to my man, and I believe it's brownshoeT2. All right. And brownshoeT2, this is the comment that he basically left. I'm gonna break this thing down real quick and we're gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna keep you here long. He says he hates when people say that Andy Dalton is a winner, okay? Look, regular season is nice. We've seen plenty of regular season winners. And I tell people this all the time. The playoffs is where you make your mark in this league. You wanna become a legend? You win in the playoffs. You wanna become a dud? You lose in the playoffs. You want to become Matt Ryan? Go ahead, keep losing in the playoffs. You will get railroaded if you don't win in the playoffs. That's where it's at. Marvin Lewis will be fired at the end of this year if Andy Dalton doesn't get the Bengals back to the playoffs and then win a game. I truly believe that, okay? How many times can you make it to the postseason and get bounced in the first round? At some point, you got to say, all right, I need to make a change. Maybe the quarterback needs to be changed as well, but he says he hates when people say Dalton isn't a winner, then he wants to give me Dalton's record in the regular season. I don't care about that, okay? I don't care about regular season accomplishments. Go talk to Peyton Manning about that. The regular season accomplishments gets you beat up. Now, I'm a huge Peyton Manning fan, okay? I love Peyton Manning, but I can't defend Peyton Manning as the greatest quarterback anymore. I used to do that. Okay, but after you go and you get beat 43-8 in the Super Bowl, I can't do that anymore. I can't do it anymore for Peyton Manning, and I can't do it for Andy Dalton anymore either. So he wants to tell me Andy's got a 40-23-1 regular season record. Then he says, yeah, he's 0-4 in the playoffs. No, there's no glossing over that. He's 0-4 in the playoffs. Yeah, he's 0-4 in the playoffs. And those were some bad losses. Let's look at some of those playoff losses, shall we? And then he wants to talk about Andy getting sacked. Look, don't talk to me about Andy Dalton getting sacked. Andy was among the least sacked quarterbacks in the league the last 2 seasons, ranking 3rd in the least amount of quarterback hits and sacks the last 2 seasons. So don't talk to me about Andy getting sacked, okay? Andy was not under a lot of duress throughout the last 2 seasons. He could have gotten it done, especially 2013. That's the one that sticks out like a sore thumb for me because the first 2 seasons against the Texans on the road, those are tough environments to win in. I'm going to talk about that second one though in 2012. We're going to talk about that one a little bit later on when we get to Joe Flacco. But 2013, you finally get a home playoff game. You finally got a chance. The Chargers were not world beaters. They were not world beaters that year. You should have won that game, and you go in and get stomped in your own backyard. And you can tell me about the rushing game not having any effectiveness. You can tell me about the defense not forcing turnovers. That was going on the entire year, okay? Andy Dalton was winning with those same environments around him. That same environment. The defense not doing but so much. The running game being okay, not great. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, was washed up. We already knew that. So you can miss me with all of that, okay? The fact of the matter is he didn't get it done. He played poorly. He threw a pick six. He was garbage like he always is come postseason time. Now, I will tell you this much. 2011, rookie season, threw 3 interceptions against the Texans in that playoff game. I will give him a pass for that, okay? I'll give it rookie season. You're just happy to be there. You find a way to get your team to the postseason in your rookie year. Hey, kudos, okay? Just happy to be there. Check that box off. But 2012, okay, they should have won that game. I'm going to come back to that. Matter of fact, let's get to that game now. You want to drag Joseph Flacco in. Don't drag my man Joe Flacco into this mess. You want to talk about Joe Flacco and how his passer rating wasn't that good in his first 5 starts in the playoffs. Look, this is the thing you must know about Joe Flacco. This is the reason why I love Joe Flacco, reason why Joe Flacco's a winner, reason why Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl champion, okay? You can talk to me about his defense and all of that good stuff. His defense was garbage in 2012 when he won the Super Bowl. A lot of people forget. He carried them in that playoff run, and we all know that's how he got the contract. The defense wasn't that good, okay? So miss me with that. But look, this is a reason why I love Joe Flacco. Joe Cool. My man Joe Cool could be having the worst game of his life. And I actually watched the game with Joe Flacco on a Monday night versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, had a 7.6 passer rating. I watched that game. They lost 7-6 against a bad Jacksonville Jaguar team. I watched that game. That was Joe in his infant stages, okay? That was Joe as a little pup, okay? Joe's grown up since then, though. I've watched Joe mature. And I tell you what, Joe can have the worst game you've ever seen from Joe Flacco all game long. But if the game is close, and you give Joe the football with 1 minute and 31 seconds left, 1 timeout, and he got to go 87 yards, you bet your bottom dollar Joe is taking his team 87 yards for that damn touchdown and the game winner. That's why Joe Flacco is the guy. I'll give you an example, okay? Joe Flacco, all right, struggling against the Detroit Lions, and this is some regular season stuff. This isn't even postseason, all right? Joe Flacco struggling. Takes his team down the field against Detroit, and this is the year they missed the playoffs after the Super Bowl season. Take them down the field, score a touchdown late in the ball game to give them a chance to get into striking distance. They get the football back. Joe takes them back down the field, puts them in field goal range. Just incredible. Justin Tucker knocks home a field goal. They win the game. In Detroit, comeback fashion, find a way to get it done, give them a chance to still try to make the postseason. Joe Flacco on the road versus the Steelers, and he's got a hell of a road record in the postseason. Look, hasn't had the best game in the world, takes his team down the field, throws a game winner. That's Joe Flacco in a nutshell, okay? I've seen him do it against the Steelers in the regular season. I've seen Joe Flacco perform at the highest level when the chips are at their greatest, when the stakes are at their greatest. Joe could be having a 1 touchdown, 3 interception game, okay? But if you give Joe the football with the game on the line, ice water in his veins. Ice water in his. Joe's gonna give you that stare like, you know you're about to lose this game, right? You know you're about to lose this game, right? And after he's done, he's gonna give you one of these, woo! And Joe's gonna take him down the field, touchdown, game over, game, set, match. Andy Dalton, same exact predicament. Didn't have a good game against the Texans in 2012, excuse me, second year in the league, okay? Let me remind you, Tyler Jonathan Yates is starting for the Houston Texans. The Texans are struggling. They can't score anything. Score is 13-19. Andy's got a chance to really cement his status in this league as a big-time football player. A.J. Green open, streaking down the sidelines for a touchdown in the end zone. Andy Dalton overshoots him by 2 yards. They lose the football. This is the last drive of the game. If he connects, they win the game 20-19. Touchdown, boom, right on their skull at the end. Andy's the hero. Andy overshoots AJ by 2 yards, wide open in the end zone. They lose the game 19-13. I guarantee, if that's Joe Flacco, put those points on him. You can put him on the board. Yes. Ravens win that goddamn game. And that's the difference between Joe Flacco and Andy Dalton. Joe's a winner, Andy is not. And so, you can sit here and try to defend him. That's your quarterback. You're supposed to defend him. And you may not see this video. You may be one of those dudes who watches the video, you don't like something I say and you never come back. That's fine. But I'm doing this video response, not just for you, but for the rest of those Bengal fans that believe in Andy Dalton. That's great. You're supposed to believe in your quarterback. I'm just telling you, you can defend Andy all you want. Just keep Joe's name out your mouth, man. Please. That's my guy, and I'll defend Joe until the cows come home, man. Joe is my guy, because you know why? Joe's a winner. Andy Dalton is not. That's why he's 0-4 in the playoffs. And I honestly don't see Andy taking his team to the postseason this year. But he's a regular season quarterback, so we'll see. He may be able to muster up enough wins to get the Bengals into the postseason. But what he does when he gets there is the true question and test as to whether Andy Dalton will remain a starting quarterback in this league or not. Because you can keep winning all the regular season games you want, but at the end of the day, the postseason is where you get your most results. And if you're not winning in the postseason, somebody else will take your job and get an opportunity to see if they can't get the team over the hump. And so that's my video response to brownshoeT2's. Hopefully I was able, or wait, I don't think your name is brownshoeT2's. It's brownshoeT2's. That was a great post, by the way, my man. And I'll talk Andy Dalton with you all day long. Just keep your Flacco out your mouth. There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie T, be sure to follow me on Twitter at @InTheLabRoom, or you can like the Facebook page at @InTheLabRoom. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at @InTheLabRoom on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.
Mm-hmm.